in Vietnam.
As a phrasal verb, kickoff means to begin or to start. For example, Indonesia's parliamentary election campaign kicked off at the weekend. Means it started at the weekend. Second, the show kicks off this week at the Moscone Center in San Francisco. This means the show starts this week. As an adjective, candid means honest and direct, even when the truth is not pleasant. For example, she was very candid with him about the standard of his work. Here, candid means she was very direct with him about the standard of his work. She was not taking care of his feeling while telling him about his work. He gave a remarkably candid interview. This means he did not hide anything about his profile and spoke whatever was truth and reality. The two presidents have had candid talks about the current crisis. What does candid mean here? Both presidents talked to each other directly about the current crisis.
The ceremony was kicked off with a candid speech by the president regarding the need for further escalation of the war in Vietnam.
Further is an adverb which means to a greater distance or degree, or at a more advanced level. This is used for talking about an additional thing or amount. Also used for introducing another statement that you are adding to what you have just said, especially when you are trying to emphasize or prove something. For example, we discussed the problem, but we didn't get much further in actually solving it. Next, every day she sinks further and further into depression. Last, further information is available from the secretary. Before you go further to learn more vocab, I request you to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Escalation as a noun means to become or make something become greater or more serious, or an increase in the number, amount, or degree of something. Let's understand with examples. Construction projects have a long history of cost escalation and delays. This means construction projects always have been proved to spend more money and time, as was expected at the starting of the project. So escalation here means cost of the project always increases after the project finishes. Next, we talked about preventing escalations of students' misbehavior. This sentence means students were misbehaving with the staff of the institute, and there was an increase in their misbehavior, and they wanted to prevent that escalation. Prevent means to stop. Last, price escalations for building materials caused the project to be cancelled.
President Johnson awarded 4 medals of honor to men from each of the armed services.
America owes you a debt of gratitude, son.
Owe as a verb means to need to pay or give something to someone because they have lent money to you. If you owe someone money, you have to give them a particular amount of money because you have bought something from them or have borrowed money from them. Example sentences will help you to understand better. Tell me how much I owe, and I'll give it to you. Next, Pam still owes me $500. Next, how much do we owe you for the tickets? Next, I owe you a drink for helping me move. Consider someone has helped in moving from one location to another, and now, I am telling him that I owe you a drink for helping me. Next, I think you owe me an apology. Here, I am asking someone known to me that you should give me an apology for your bad behavior. It is also used to have success, happiness, a job, etc. This success, happiness or job may be because of your own efforts, or from someone as a favor. Example: I owe my success to my education. Next, he owes his life to the staff at the hospital. Means staff at the hospital put lots of effort to save his life, that's why he owes his life to them. Last example: I owe everything to my parents. Means I am very grateful to my parents.
America owes you a debt of gratitude, son.
Debt as a noun means an amount of money that you owe. If you borrow money, you go into debt. It is also an obligation or duty to be grateful to someone because they have done something for you. Example: I owe a debt of gratitude to my father, who has always supported me. Next, I don't like being in debt to anyone. Last, many people experience difficulty in paying off their debts. Taking loan is easy, but returning it is really difficult. Gratitude as a noun means a feeling of being grateful to someone because they have given you something or have done something for you. For example, she sent them a present to express her gratitude. Take this as a token of my gratitude for all your help. I would like to express my gratitude for subscribing to the English Fluency Mission. Last, I felt I owed a debt of gratitude to my old teacher.
I understand you were wounded.
Wounded as an adjective means injured, especially with a cut or hole somewhere in your body, or it is also used for feeling emotional pain. Example: he could barely move his wounded arm. The wounded men were taken to the hospital. Last, she's suffering from wounded pride. This last example is of emotional pain, not physical. Somebody who is very egoistic, and if their pride is hurt by someone, then they feel a lot of emotional pain. Just now I explained wounded, which is an adjective, and I feel to let you know about the wound. If we are injured, then we are wounded, and the wound is that damaged area of the body where we got injured. The wound is a noun, and it is used to describe the damaged area of our body, and even a problem or great unhappiness. For example, he died from multiple stab wounds to the neck and upper body. She refuses to talk about the incident, saying it would only reopen old wounds. This means, talking about the incident will make her remember unhappy past experiences.
I understand you were wounded. Where were you hit?
In the buttocks, sir.
As a noun, buttock means either of the two soft parts of the body below the back that support the body when sitting, or one of the two round parts of your body that you sit on. Example: doctors generally prefer to give injections on either one of the buttocks. Last, he is not able to sit because his buttock bone was fractured.
Oh, that must be a sight. I'd kind of like to see that.
Sight as a noun means a person or place that is very unusual, untidy, or unpleasant to look at. Or it is also considered as an exciting place. Example: no sights in Moscow are more historic than the Kremlin. Next, the shop was quite a sight after the flood. This means, after the flood in the area, the shop became an unpleasant place. Last, we spent a week in Rome looking at all the sights.
Oh, that must be a sight. I'd kind of like to see that.
Kinda is the short form of saying kind of. Kind of is an informal phrase, which means to some extent as same as a little bit. I am kind of tired. I am a little bit tired. It was kind of strange to see him again. It was a little strange to see him again. Would you kinda like to take coffee? Would you like to take a little amount of coffee? I'd here is the contraction of I would, but I'd is not always I would, rather it is used as two different contractions, I would or I had. Then how to identify? When present verb or verb first is used after I'd, then it is I would, and when past participle or verb third is used, then it is I had. And there is a modal verb had better, which has had, but no past participle form is there. It is also used as I'd better. This combination can be used with all subjects as he'd, she'd, we'd, they'd, etc.
God damn, son.
Goddamn is used as an expression of anger, surprise, or frustration. In this clip, it is used as a surprise because Forrest Gump showed his buttocks in the public. Also used to add emphasis to what is being said. Goddamn, how much longer will it take? Don't drive so goddamn fast. Here it is used to add emphasis to say not to drive fast. File, including all vocab, of this video lesson in the description below. You may download that free of charge. Now let's test ourselves by watching a few clips again.
The ceremony was kicked off with a candid speech by the president regarding the need for further escalation of the war in Vietnam.
A.